Hello, my dear. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. So how are you? I don't know if I've read for you before, so I just want to say I feel, here, see, sense, know. They talk to me, but they also show me pictures, and I describe them the best I can. They never waste a message. They don't waste their energies. So there's a reason for everything they say. So if it doesn't click right now, you'll either remember it later, see it later, or somebody else can validate it for you later and go, oh, I know what they're talking about. It's not an exact science. Sometimes you got to think outside the box a little bit. Sometimes they talk a little cryptic. It's just the way we communicate. So they don't give me every detail. They give me just, because that's none of my business. Give me just enough so you know what they're talking about. And he says, and we're always filled with love and light. Cheers. He's already talking. Uh-oh. I don't know where you live, but he's talking about, how about them Chiefs? Oh, wait a minute. Let me do that a little better. He says, how about them Chiefs? You must be from my area. Yeah. All right. Whoop, whoop, whoop. He's not settled down yet. Has he? All right. He's just kind of flipping back and forth. Wait a minute. Is he newly passed? Flipping back and forth, back and forth. Kind of like he's pacing, but I don't really feel like he's pacing. Hang on, let me get his energy calmed down here. You guys must be from my area. He's talking about he went to the parade. He went to the parade. Um, he's all excited. He's like, whoa, yeah. So I'm assuming that's what he's excited over. He's chugging a beer. It's in a blue aluminum bottle, so it kind of looks like it could be a Bud Light or a Mick Ultra, something like that. And he just got it up and he's chugging. But he's excited. He's like, woo, out there excited. So I'm trying to calm his energy down a little bit so we can talk. I'm going to let him be excited for a minute. This is his show. I allow them to do anything they want to do. They know what we need to know. They tell us what we need to know, not always what we want to know. So it's his show. He's still jumping around excited. Give him a second. Maybe I should pause this until he calms down. Okay, he's shown. Now he's making the picture of himself look dark. And there's a big fire, like a bonfire, maybe not as big as it, like a huge bonfire, but pretty good size. Looks like more than just a campfire in the background. Fire. It's dark outside. He's outside. See my friends. See my friends. Okay, there's people standing around the fire. Okay, there's people. There's always a reason for what they show. Showing this pretty good sized fire. There's people standing around this side of the fire. There's several of them. He says, look who I found. Look who I found. Okay. He's not showing me them clear enough, though. They're all, whoop, no. I was going to say they're all guys, and then I see one with blonde hair. All the ones I can see so far, and he's not making them clear enough. So if it's important for us to know who they are, they'll show up clear enough. If it's not important, he'll just show. Sometimes when they show them, like there's a bunch of people there with them, they'll just be silhouettes because it's not important who they are. There is a girl with longer blonde hair. I feel like the ones that I can tell anyway are about his age. There's one on the end that he keeps trying to make a little bit, I keep trying to make him a little bit clearer. He's got his hat on backwards. His hair is darker. I can't really see under the ball cap. He has a bear in his hand, in his left hand. He's going like this. And he's showing the shirt. He's the shirt. It's lighter colored. It's got gray and white on it. Has a collar, but he's not like dressed. Like it's not like a dress shirt. It's more like maybe a light flannel, light cloth. I don't know why he's pulling on the collar. He wants me to see the shirt, so I don't know if that'll make you think of somebody or a picture of somebody. Has a white t-shirt under it. I don't know. They're stuck on this picture. So there's a reason why we're supposed to know that this guy's with him. Now they're wiggling their hips. They're partying. They're dancing. They're having a good time. He says, so far it's one big party. Just the way I would want it to be. I'm not sure if he just doesn't know how to bring it through, but he's like, he showed himself, he turned around, showed himself, and then he got kind of squiggly. Might be just his energy. All right, we need to move from there. All right, so got him away from the party. So he's showing that he comes up behind you. This is my right side. Some of these videos look backwards. Do it again. And first, okay, he comes up behind you, over here, like behind your right shoulder. And first, he stuck his chin, like right here, like kind of sort of like a hug, but kind of not. He put his chin right there, like kind of pushing. And then he just puts his face like, sometimes with a camera, you might see little squiggly lines where their energy is, depending on their energy in the camera. Yeah. Okay, so I never know how another person will receive the energy, but it kind of feels like something pushing on the bottom of my ear, not like a finger, but more like a little bubble would push. I'm getting a little tickle behind my ear. He's trying to show me how you're going to feel him there. So you could feel in this area where he's kind of snuggling, not snuggling, where he's kind of a half-ass hug is what I'm going to call it. Up against you, you could feel warmth, you could feel tingling like goosebumps. Sometimes when they try real hard, it'll feel like pins sticking, and then you can tell them, back off, that hurts. It's like pushing, like a bubble pushing on his ear, and then the tickling back here. So it's that energy that's in this area as he's laying his head over like this up against you. I love you, sis. He's climbing up like on a chair behind me, standing behind me. They always like messing with my head and people's heads. I don't know why. So like his belt would be about this high behind me. So now I'm getting the itching, like itch, like he's touching, touching, touching. And my head gets itchy when their energy gets close anyway. But it's like he's touching, touching, touching. But it feels kind of like a bug itching, like if a bug was on your scalp. I don't know what the point is of him standing up there like this, unless he's done this to you before, or there's a picture of him doing that to somebody. He is so excited, so excited. Okay, so I stink at names, so stink at names, but he says something like Haver Camp, so it's like it Nichabercamp. I stink at names. Usually don't get them correct anymore. Don't know why. So you might have to stretch that outside the box a little bit. There might be a name, something like that, or a place. It looks more like the name of a place. It's not like somebody's last name or something. But he's mentioning that for a reason. Okay, now he's walking around. Where are you going? He goes over there and points at a picture of my grandson that's in my living room. So on the end table by my couch. I don't know if you have a picture of him there. He's mentioning a rose laying in front of it. So somewhere you have a picture of him, and I'm assuming in the living room because he went to my living room. And there's something, if it's not a flower, that there's something laying in front of this picture in memory of him. Or you have done that. Everything's going to be okay. Don't worry about what's being done for me because it doesn't really matter. You guys doing something, it doesn't really matter. Has he had his funeral yet? Okay, so anything that happens while I'm doing, sorry, my dog. Anything that happens while I'm doing a reading is something that's going to be meant for you. Hang on. I don't know what I'm supposed to get from this. Hang on. It's like there's something about the first noise that my dog made when she came up the stairs, like something like that you're going to hear. And we don't always hear with these ears. We do have ears up here. They're telepathic ears. Sometimes you'll hear it up there. Rattling. What's he rattling? He's going to rattle something. Rattle. In the closet. He's showing hangers in the closet. You're going to hear the sound of hangers, and he's showing one of those he's showing a plastic hanger, and then he's showing metal hangers next to it. So whatever that noise will make, and you don't have to be in your room, you can be in your car, you can be in the store. I always ask them for unique things so you know for sure who it is instead of just everybody having the same noise. But it's the sound of hangers jingling together like when you're going through your closet. He says this shit is cool. You really think I'm gonna you really think I'm gonna desert you? I promise you 1,000%. He can hear you, he can see you, so talk to him as much as you want to. You'll just have trouble. You just may have trouble hearing him. So he's gonna do little things to let you know. Okay, something about your front door. You're expecting him to walk through the front door again. You You keep looking at the front door and you totally expect him to walk through that door again. He says, and it's just like I'm on the other side of that door. I'm not gone. I'm just on the other side of that door. But you're also going to hear something around that front door. It's going to rattle. It might be the doorknob. Oh, he's showing the doorknob. So it could be, it sounds like the doorknob turning. I'm not sure exactly what noises are going to be by the front door, and I usually ask them, don't do anything that's going to scare the hell out of your family. But you're expecting him to walk through there, so he's going to know, he's trying to let you know that he's just on the other side of that door. He says, open up the door and invite me in. And I have literally seen in my experience where your loved ones will kind of hang out, not come into the house because they don't know if they're welcome. That there's every once in a while, and I can't imagine him feeling that way, but every once in a while there's one that'll go, and I'll tell their loved one, tell them it's okay to come in. Tell them it's okay to be in your house. Give them permission. They can go anywhere they want, but they still sometimes are respectful or not thinking it's okay to do that. So literally, and if you want to just go open the front door, that's fine because the way he's showing it, but you don't have to do it that way. Tell him it's okay that you do want him there, or tell him no. That's up to you. Okay. Really? Okay. So he lays down on the ground on his back, puts his hands, on his body. And so he's on his back, his hands down here, sticking straight up is I believe it's a white lily. It's a lily. And he's making he's laying there and holding this lily, one single lily straight up. And then he makes it look, ow, sorry, hit my table. And I don't know how that will go in the reading, but anything that happens during the reading is for you. So I don't know what it is about the elbow, but maybe he's going to kind of thump your elbow. And then he makes this lily look bigger. So when they do that, that's because I'm supposed to be paying attention to the lily. Okay, that's all he's got with that. I don't know what it is about the lily. So take the lily as a sign too. You can see a picture of it on Facebook, TV, walking through Walmart. You might find one laying on the floor. He's saying more. There's more to it than that. There's something more to this lily. But he's not telling me what. Did you give him a lily? It's like he wants to give you the lily back because he says he got it. So I don't. He got it. He got it. I know you love me. And I love you too, even though I didn't tell you often enough. I was doing me. He says, now you do you. It's time for you to do you. You got the whole show. It's all yours. Oh, he's back over here. Let's see where he's going. Your mom. Now, even if your blood mom isn't here, it's a mother type figure. And I always say that because sometimes there's somebody that feels closer to you as a mom or a grandparent or an uncle or whatever than your actual blood relative. So it's the feeling, it's that connection. Don't let them run over her. He says, like a steamroller, and he's talking like it's more than one person, like a group that will try to run over her like a steamroller. You need to watch her. And let me ask you something. No, hang on, I'm not getting my answer. Hang on. So they used to show me how they pass, and then some of them got horrific, and I asked them not to do that anymore. But I said, show me, show me. And all he's saying is it was an accident. I don't know if he means he was in an accident or that whatever happened, it was accidental. Talking about it being an accident. I'm higher than I've ever been before. And then he kind of snickers. Uh-oh. He's not showing me. I keep asking him something. He's not showing me. Maybe he's not going to. Give me a second. All right. He says you're going to see him. And he's showing himself in a living room. It may not be the exact room or the exact place, but it's like you can almost see him like a real person. So a lot of times, most of the time, I can see him head on, but maybe you'll be sitting in the living room, and it's usually when the TV's just kind of going, you're not paying attention, and it's usually in your peripheral vision, and maybe you'll see him walk by. But he's showing standing perfectly still, and you look up and you see him. But I think it'll just be for a split second, probably. Cannot say that for sure. But he still looks a little hazy, but and it seems to take a lot of energy for them to do that because I've only seen maybe 3 times somebody literally fully materialize. And actually, one was fully materialized. The other two were kind of like this. It must take a lot of their energy, or I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, so it seems like they can't do that a lot, but you'll see it in your peripheral vision a lot, like somebody walking by. When you turn your head, they're not there. So that's kind of the thing he's showing me. So I don't know if you've already seen him or you're going to see him like that. And he was showing you were the only one in the room. So it'll be one of them things where you're kind of daydreaming probably, and you look up and you'll believe it when you see it. No, it did not hurt. I want to make sure you know that. It doesn't work that way. He's talking about something being half-assed. What? Something being half-assed. He was he was half-assed when he was here. yeah, I'll get around to that stuff later, or I'll settle down later, that kind of a, eh. Okay, I've really never seen anybody walk alone, but well, I have seen one or two, I guess. I better take that back. He's showing that when he passed, how you hear of people hovering above their body and looking down, like maybe when they're doing CPR or whatever on them, which I'm not saying in this case. So he was doing that kind of looking down like, what the heck is going on? And then he walked a little ways and he turned around and looked because he's a little confused, going, okay, which way am I supposed to go? And then he looked back a couple of times. Usually there's somebody there immediately to greet him. Anyway, let's see what he does. So then he walks down this path, and they always talk about the big bright light at the end of the tunnel. That's usually not the case, but it's more like a window. It's almost like a window up above a little bit. It's really bright with the light shining down through it, like the sun would be shining down through it. And there was people sticking their heads down through this. I've never seen it shown this way. And they're going, come on, man. Come on, man. This is the way. And when he got through this window, everything was like super bright, beautiful, beautiful flowers, birds singing, people all around. He says, where am I? And they said, heaven, man, heaven. And everybody's jumping around and partying and having a good time. Well, not partying like I party. um, a dog comes running up to him. Well, actually, there's more than one, but he's showing the one a little more clear. Looks kind of like an Irish setter. Well, crap. Not Irish. Irish setters have longer hair. Golden retriever. I think that's what I'm trying to think of. Golden retriever. So that type of color, that size of dog, that type of dog, it's coming up just wagging its tail, snipping on him, excited to see him. So somebody had this dog. He wants somebody to know that he's met up with this dog. And its whole butt's just wiggling, just back and forth. There's a couple other ones too, but they may not be that important. One looks like a little, I don't want to say Pomeranian because it's not that color, but that size, that kind of size, that kind of face, kind of furry, but it's white with looks like black spots. I won't swear they could be brown, darker spots on it. Doesn't look full-blooded dog, so I don't know exactly, but it's got a lot of fuzz around its face, and it's smaller. So he wants somebody to know that he's met up with that one. And the people that are around it, I don't feel a relationship. I don't feel a connection. Don't know what about grandparents or things like that because I don't feel any connection like blood related type. He says, I am happier than shit. Know that I still love you. He says, now I can watch out for you better than I could when I was here. I will watch out for you. happy as a clam. He's gotten a lot softer and a lot more mellow since he started showing me this picture. A little, not all wound up like he was earlier. Don't worry about the details. Don't worry about the stuff. It's just stuff. Don't worry about the details because it really doesn't matter. I'm not sure what he's talking about. Something that's going on here. Give me a little bit of time, and then something will become clear. Said give him a little bit of time, though, so maybe he needs a little bit of time to figure something out, or how to show it, or how to express it, or I'm not sure. It will work itself out. It needs to unfold the way it needs to unfold. He said it was like, boom, done. A shocker. I will let you know I'm around. I'm trying to hear him because he's a little bit further away. He's already moved a little bit further away. He's getting ready to leave. I have more people to meet up with. They're going to show me. I will be popping in down here. And all is good. And with that, he's leaving with these people. Like I said, I can't. They feel like random people. That's different. Sorry, they make me itch. So I hope that helps. Remember, anytime you get any of those little things, any of those little signs, make sure you validate him, tell him you love him, and ask him to bring you more. Tell him he's welcome to come in. Any of those things, just ask. But then you have to be ready to allow it too. So it's not just on their part, it's also on our part. We have to allow it. I thought he was going to say something else, but then he didn't. All right. Much love to you. Thank you very much. Thank you for allowing me to be his voice. Rhonda Constant, your favorite hometown medium, physical energy healer, oracle card advisor, paranormal investigator. Much love to you.